Unlocking your superconscious mind, the ultimate guide to higher awareness. The human mind possesses extraordinary capabilities that extend far beyond what most people recognize in their daily lives. This comprehensive guide explores the concept of the superconscious mind, the barriers preventing its access, and practical techniques to unlock this powerful resource. This report presents a structured approach to understanding and activating higher consciousness for enhanced creativity, intuition, and personal transformation. Understanding the superconscious mind. The superconscious mind represents a level of awareness that transcends both the conscious and subconscious aspects of our cognition. Unlike the conscious mind, which handles logical thought and immediate decision-making, or the subconscious mind, which stores memories, beliefs, and habits, the superconscious operates beyond personal memory and connects to a broader field of intelligence. This can be conceptualized as an infinite ocean of potential compared to the limited cup of conscious awareness most people experience daily. The superconscious mind manifests through sudden insights, profound intuition, creative breakthroughs, and deep knowing that seems to arise spontaneously. These moments of clarity occur when we temporarily access this higher intelligence, though most people experience them infrequently due to various blockages in modern life. Scientific research increasingly supports the existence of these extended states of consciousness, with studies in quantum physics suggesting consciousness itself may play a fundamental role in shaping reality. Neuroscience has also identified specific brainwave patterns associated with heightened intuition and expanded awareness that correlate with superconscious states. When individuals successfully access the superconscious mind, they report experiencing frequent moments of insight, an effortless sense of flow in creative endeavors, meaningful synchronicities, accurate intuitive decision-making, and a profound connection to life's underlying intelligence. Conversely, those disconnected from this resource often describe mental fogginess, forced creativity, repetitive life patterns, over-reliance on logic, and a general sense of disconnection or stagnation. The 5 major blocks to superconscious access. Modern life creates significant barriers to accessing higher states of consciousness. These impediments operate on multiple levels, systematically restricting our connection to the superconscious mind. Understanding these blocks constitutes the first step toward removing them and unlocking our full potential. Information overload. The hidden barrier. In today's digital environment, our minds constantly process unprecedented volumes of information. This relentless bombardment of data, through social media feeds, notifications, news updates, and more, creates a significant barrier to superconscious access. The problem extends beyond mere distraction. This information flood actively suppresses higher awareness by keeping the brain locked in suboptimal functioning patterns. Neuroscience research indicates that the superconscious mind becomes most active during alpha and theta brainwave states, frequencies associated with deep intuition, creativity, and flow states. However, excessive digital stimulation forces the brain to remain in high beta wave patterns linked to stress and surface-level awareness. Studies demonstrate that constant digital engagement fragments attention, prevents deep thinking, and weakens the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for insight and intuition. This constant stream of information creates a wall between individuals and their superconscious mind. Symptoms of this disconnection include difficulty focusing for extended periods, mental exhaustion despite minimal physical activity, thought patterns that jump chaotically, and a noticeable decrease in intuitive insights or aha moments. These indicators suggest that information overload is actively disrupting superconscious access. Addressing this block doesn't require complete disconnection from modern technology, but rather a strategic rewiring of information consumption habits. Implementing practices such as the 3-hour rule, setting aside 3 daily hours free from unnecessary digital input, regular information fasting, disconnecting from external input for at least 12 hours weekly, and selective information consumption can significantly reduce this barrier. When individuals become more selective about their information diet, superconscious signals become clearer, mental fatigue diminishes, and intuitive insights emerge more naturally. Limiting belief systems, the invisible chains. Perhaps the most insidious block to superconscious access involves the belief systems imposed on us throughout life. From childhood, individuals absorb rules and limitations about what's possible, realistic, or appropriate. These beliefs weren't consciously chosen, but rather installed through parents, education, media, and broader societal programming. These invisible chains act as persistent barriers between individuals and their higher awareness. 3 particularly damaging beliefs systematically disconnect people from their superconscious mind. First, the notion that intuition and higher awareness are merely imagination causes people to dismiss vital signals from their superconscious mind, treating gut feelings and sudden insights as random thoughts rather than genuine guidance. Studies on brain function reveal that individuals who trust their subconscious signals typically make better decisions than those relying exclusively on logic. Second, the belief that achievements require constant struggle and effort blocks effortless breakthroughs. Society conditions people to equate success with relentless work, yet history's greatest innovators frequently describe their most significant insights arriving effortlessly in sudden flashes. This programming prevents access to the superconscious mind's natural genius. Third, the materialistic belief that only physically observable phenomena exist significantly restricts superconscious activation. Quantum physics has demonstrated that reality is influenced by perception, with observer effects showing that consciousness itself impacts physical reality at fundamental levels. The superconscious operates beyond conventional logic and measurement, making rigid materialistic viewpoints particularly limiting. These constraining beliefs develop through childhood conditioning, educational systems prioritizing memorization over intuition, and media reinforcing purely logical approaches to intelligence. The cumulative effect trains individuals to unconsciously suppress their superconscious mind, rejecting its guidance in favor of conventional thinking patterns. Removing this block requires systematic reprogramming of subconscious limitations. This involves identifying limiting thoughts when they arise, replacing them with expansive, superconscious commands, and reinforcing new programming through consistent repetition. Particularly effective techniques include speaking these new beliefs before sleep, when the subconscious mind is most receptive to rewiring. By methodically eliminating these thought patterns, individuals clear pathways for the superconscious mind to operate freely, allowing insights and solutions to emerge naturally without struggle. Energy drains, the superconscious starvation. The superconscious mind requires sufficient energy to function optimally, operating like an antenna receiving signals of insight and guidance. 1. Modern lifestyles systematically deplete this vital energy through various channels, leaving individuals energetically insufficient for higher consciousness activation. Understanding and addressing these energy leaks represents a crucial step in restoring superconscious access. 7 common energy drains significantly impact superconscious function. Poor nutrition provides inadequate fuel for optimal brain performance, with processed foods, artificial chemicals, and excessive sugar disrupting natural brain rhythms and impeding higher awareness. Sleep deficiency prevents the brain from processing information, clearing mental clutter, and accessing crucial theta and delta wave states necessary for intuitive insights. Emotional toxicity, particularly unresolved feelings of resentment, fear, and stress, consumes enormous energy resources that would otherwise support superconscious faculties. Additional drains include toxic relationships that create negative energetic exchanges, mental overload from unfinished tasks, and lingering decisions that consume processing power, electromagnetic disruption from constant exposure to artificial environments, and disconnected breathing patterns that fail to bridge conscious and superconscious awareness. These factors collectively starve the superconscious mind of necessary energy. Indications of energy depletion include persistent mental exhaustion, concentration difficulties, emotional heaviness, interpersonal energy drains, and waking tired despite adequate sleep. When these symptoms appear, the body and mind lack sufficient energy to access higher consciousness states. Restoring energy involves a 3-part approach: identifying and addressing the largest energy leaks, activating a daily energy cycle that nourishes the body with whole foods and clean water, clears mental clutter, and regenerates the spirit through stillness or nature immersion, and implementing the 60-second energy reset technique to instantly shift state when feeling foggy or drained. 1. These practices rapidly restore energy balance, allowing the superconscious mind to activate automatically and manifest through increased insights, natural clarity, heightened intuition, and stronger internal guidance. Disconnection from nature, the missing frequency. Ancient wisdom traditions consistently emphasize nature immersion for accessing higher consciousness, a practice increasingly validated by modern science. Contemporary environments, characterized by concrete structures, digital screens, artificial lighting, and electromagnetic interference, create significant barriers to superconscious activation by disrupting the natural frequencies that align human awareness with broader intelligence. The historical human experience involved direct earth contact, natural water sources, fresh air, and alignment with solar and lunar rhythms. This intimate connection with nature synchronized bodily systems with natural intelligence. Modern living disrupts these patterns through artificial lighting that alters circadian rhythms, constant screen exposure, reducing alpha brainwave activity, unnatural electromagnetic fields interfering with bioelectric systems, and indoor environments isolating individuals from Earth's magnetic resonance, all essential factors for optimal brain and nervous system balance. Scientific research confirms the relationship between nature connection and cognitive function. Studies demonstrate that direct ground contact, walking barefoot on natural surfaces, immediately reduces inflammation, enhances brainwave coherence, and improves mood regulation. 1. The Earth emits a natural frequency of 7.83 Hz, the Schumann resonance, that perfectly aligns with alpha brainwaves, the frequency associated with intuition and heightened awareness. This physical Earth connection literally tunes the brain to optimal functioning states. Research from the University of Kansas found that extended nature immersion increased creative problem-solving abilities by 50%, revealing that artificial environments overload the prefrontal cortex and reduce cognitive flexibility. Japanese researchers studying Shinrin-yoku, forest bathing, discovered that forest environments significantly lower stress hormones, enhance cognitive function, and promote relaxation. The phytoncides, essential oils, released by trees, contain compounds directly enhancing brain function and emotional balance. 1. Symptoms of nature disconnection include frequent mental fog, creative blockages, persistent disconnection feelings, reduced energy despite adequate sleep, and difficulty accessing intuition. 1. These indicators suggest a fundamental disconnection from the natural frequencies that support superconscious function. Reconnecting with nature involves simple but powerful practices: daily barefoot contact with natural ground, 10 to 15 minutes minimum, regular sunlight exposure, particularly within the first hour of waking, time in forested areas or near water, and reduced artificial stimulation. These practices naturally recalibrate brainwave patterns, promoting effortless intuition, synchronicity recognition, creative thinking, mental clarity, and accelerated stress recovery. Lack of stillness. Practice, the final frontier. Perhaps the most significant yet overlooked barrier to superconscious access is the absence of stillness in modern life. Contemporary culture emphasizes constant activity, thinking, and reacting, eliminating the essential quiet spaces where higher intelligence speaks most clearly. Without regular stillness practice, superconscious awareness remains inaccessible, buried beneath mental noise. Scientific research demonstrates stillness profoundly impacts brain function. Studies from the University of Wisconsin found that periods of deep silence trigger neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire for higher intelligence, enhancing memory, problem-solving, and cognitive flexibility. During stillness, the brain naturally shifts into theta wave activity, the frequency associated with deep intuition and heightened perception, explaining why profound insights frequently emerge not during intense thinking, but in quiet moments. Harvard Medical School research discovered that intentional stillness periods activate the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing stress and enhancing mental clarity. Their studies revealed individuals incorporating regular stillness experience heightened awareness, accelerated cognitive processing, and increased emotional intelligence. Without this practice, the mind lacks space for higher awareness to enter. The absence of stillness manifests as constant mental chatter, drowning intuition, chronic nervous system activation, blocking higher consciousness, rare creative breakthroughs, and feelings of disconnection or mental scattering. These symptoms indicate a fundamental imbalance in mental ecology. Reintroducing stillness through simple daily practices creates dramatic shifts in consciousness. The 5-minute daily stillness reset, morning and evening periods of complete silence, intentional pauses throughout the day, pre-sleep digital detoxification, and weekly tech-free periods rapidly reset mental clarity and deepen superconscious connection. These practices create the internal space necessary for higher intelligence to emerge naturally. The Superconscious Activation Protocol. After identifying the 5 major blocks to superconscious access, implementing a structured protocol can systematically remove these barriers and activate higher awareness. This 7-day system strategically eliminates interference patterns while reprogramming neural pathways for enhanced intuition and creativity. Neuroscience research confirms that significant neuroplastic changes can begin within 7 days when old patterns are actively disrupted. The protocol targets each block sequentially while simultaneously activating superconscious channels. Day 1 focuses on digital detox and mental reset through practices like technology-free morning routines, notification elimination, scheduled tech breaks, and pre-bedtime digital detoxification. These interventions immediately enhance mental clarity by reducing information overload. Day 2 addresses limiting belief systems through identification and conscious reprogramming of restrictive beliefs about intelligence, creativity, or intuition. This process involves questioning belief origins, challenging their validity, and replacing them with expansive statements that reinforce superconscious connection. Day 3 targets energy calibration by eliminating physical and emotional drains through nutrition adjustments, removing energy-depleting habits, and practicing diaphragmatic breathing to reset energy levels. These interventions noticeably increase vitality and mental sharpness. Day 4 emphasizes nature reconnection through barefoot grounding, morning sunlight exposure, and time spent near natural elements, even in urban settings. These practices realign internal rhythms with natural frequencies, promoting mental relaxation and intuitive clarity. Day 5 introduces stillness practices, including morning and evening quiet periods, intermittent awareness pauses, and extended silence intervals. These create the internal space necessary for superconscious intelligence to emerge naturally. Day 6 implements direct superconscious activation exercises involving visualization, intentional questioning, and receptive listening to higher guidance. These practices strengthen direct communication with the superconscious mind. Day 7 focuses on integration and expansion through reflection on experience shifts, commitment to ongoing practices, and gratitude expression for expanded awareness. This consolidates neurological changes and establishes a foundation for continued growth. Individuals who complete this protocol typically experience mental clarity, heightened intuition, increased synchronicities, and stronger alignment with their highest intelligence. These changes represent initial steps in an ongoing process of consciousness expansion. The daily superconscious practice. Maintaining superconscious activation requires consistent practice that prevents regression into limiting patterns. A simple 9-minute daily protocol, divided into 3 distinct phases, can sustain and strengthen higher awareness connections regardless of external circumstances. The morning activation phase, 3 minutes, establishes superconscious alignment at day's beginning instead of defaulting to habitual patterns. This includes the first thought shift, intentionally directing initial awareness toward higher intelligence, superconscious breath alignment, rhythmic breathing that signals the brain to enter optimal awareness states, and one-word intent selection, identifying a guiding theme for the day. These practices tune the brain to higher frequencies from waking, promoting synchronicities and intuitive guidance throughout the day. The evening reflection phase, 3 minutes, programs the subconscious mind for continued evolution during sleep. This includes silent review of the day's insights, gratitude expression for superconscious moments, and pre-sleep programming statements that direct the mind to reveal next steps during rest. These practices enhance dream clarity and morning inspiration while reinforcing neural pathways for heightened awareness. The midday superconscious reset, 3 minutes, recalibrates awareness during daily activities when external demands might pull consciousness into lower functioning modes. This includes momentary pausing to center awareness, asking focused questions about priorities, and taking immediate action on received insights. These interventions prevent autopilot functioning and maintain conscious presence throughout the day. Consistent application of these practices creates cumulative effects, with practitioners reporting increased intuitive downloads, expanded thinking capabilities, enhanced mental clarity, stronger sense of purpose, and effortless manifestation abilities after 30 days. This 9-minute investment yields exponential returns in consciousness expansion. Phases of superconscious awakening. Activating the superconscious mind initiates a transformative process characterized by distinct phases of awareness evolution. Understanding these stages helps individuals navigate the sometimes disorienting shifts that accompany expanded consciousness. The initial expansion shock phase introduces noticeable perceptual changes, including altered time perception, accelerated manifestation, detachment from old patterns, and a sense of observing reality from a higher vantage point. These experiences can feel unsettling initially as the mind adjusts to expanded processing capacity. Grounding practices, journaling, and gradual integration help stabilize these shifts. The second phase brings heightened synchronicities and intuition, with seemingly orchestrated coincidences, accurate gut feelings, and pattern recognition beyond ordinary perception. This stage reveals the power of thought and emotion in shaping external reality, requiring increased mindfulness around mental focus. Using synchronicities as decision-making guidance maximizes this phase's benefits. The third phase involves disconnection from previous reality structures, with changing resonance toward environments, relationships, and priorities that no longer align with expanded awareness. This can create temporary isolation as individuals outgrow former connections. Accepting necessary releases while remaining open to align new relationships eases this transition. The fourth phase activates enhanced capabilities, including effortless creativity, spontaneous problem-solving, heightened emotional sensitivity, and enriched dreaming experiences. This represents full superconscious engagement with daily life, though requires continued expansion to prevent stagnation. Ongoing practice refinement and consciousness exploration maintain momentum. The final phase achieves effortless manifestation, where reality responds fluidly to intentions rather than requiring struggle. Individuals experience consistent universal intelligence connection, minimal fear or doubt, and natural abundance generation. Maintaining curiosity, supporting others' awakening, and recognizing evolution's ongoing nature sustains this elevated state. Conclusion: the power of choice. Understanding the 5 major blocks to superconscious access, implementing the 7-day activation protocol, maintaining daily practices, and navigating subsequent awareness phases offers a comprehensive framework for consciousness expansion. This approach doesn't require esoteric knowledge or special abilities, merely consistent application of specific techniques that systematically remove barriers between individuals and their highest intelligence. The critical distinction between information and transformation lies in implementation. Knowledge without action remains theoretical, while applied understanding creates tangible experience. Immediate commitment to these practices, beginning with the 7-day protocol, maintaining the 9-minute daily routine, and consciously navigating awakening phases, can profoundly shift one's relationship with reality. Each day spent with blocked superconscious access represents lost opportunities for insights, breakthroughs, and transformations that could fundamentally enhance life quality. Conversely, each step toward removing these blocks expands potential in ways previously unimaginable. The choice between limitation and expansion ultimately rests with each individual, a decision with far-reaching implications for personal evolution and fulfillment. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with anyone who would enjoy it.